official now.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you all for being here. Just like Congressman Doggett said, Republican, Democrat, Independent, it doesn't matter. We're here because we care about quality public education, and we want quality public education for every single child in this state, regardless of their zip code. That's exactly what we want, and that's why we're here. Let me tell you, they say that everything we need to learn, we learned in kindergarten. I think we learned about things like playing fair. I think one of the things I hope we learned in kindergarten was being honest, being truthful. And I have a bit of a problem with the lack of truthfulness that came out of the Capitol and the kinds of things that we're hearing right now about public education. So I'm just going to take a real quick moment to tell you the truth, because you're going to hear some facts. But a fact by itself, out of context, is not necessarily the truth. As you heard from a previous speaker, we are being told by Governor Perry and others that we're actually spending more on public education this budget than we did last. But let me tell you, the state appropriation may be a bit more because we no longer have the federal stimulus dollars that are plugging the holes in our budget, but the Legislative Budget Board, nonpartisan budget board of the Capitol, will tell you we are spending on average $500 less per student. So the fact that we are appropriating more, the truth is we are spending $500 less per student. We are not funding enrollment, and that is shameful, and that was not the truth. You're being told by some of my colleagues an accurate factual statement. We balanced our budget. We're required to balance our budget. The Constitution requires us to do so. But this so-called balanced budget has huge gaping holes in it. We underfunded Medicaid to the tune of billions of dollars. The comptroller said we're diverting $5 billion of your tax dollars, of fees that you pay, diverting them from their intended purpose, holding them back in the bank just to balance the budget. And with the schools, we're going to hold back their last payment and push it into the next budget to the tune of a couple of $2 billion. We have almost a $12 billion hole in this so-called balanced budget, and that's the truth. You need to know what the facts are, but you need to know even more what the truth is. And you need to hold every one of us accountable for what the truth is. And during the end of this last session, when Senator Wendy Davis put us into a special session, thank you, Wendy, for that, I had an amendment, a common sense amendment that appealed to the bipartisan nature, sometimes, of the legislature. I had an amendment that said, okay, you guys, you made a pledge, not to your constituents, to some other guy over here in a special interest group. You made a pledge not to touch the rainy day fund. Okay, I may not agree with you, but you made that pledge. You can honor that pledge. But any money that comes into the rainy day fund above that, let's put that in the schools. Let's fund the growth of 80,000 new students a year coming into our schools. And you know what? My colleagues supported that. They supported that. But over the next week or two, as we went to the end of the special session, the special interest groups won. And they stripped that budget from the final bill, and we did not get those monies. And let me tell you right now, because the economy is improving, we now have at least an additional $1.1 billion in our rainy day fund that could have gone to our schools if we had passed that amendment. That is unconscionable. This is the bottom line, folks. You're hearing about voting. We have got to put our money where our mouths are here, and we have got to vote. And we have got to hold people here accountable. You need to remember this. This is our government, yours and mine. This is our government. These are our dollars. These are our schools. These are our kids. future. Thank you for being here today, and we will not let